Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is just another get ready with me. I have a few new makeup products that I have two. I have a couple new makeup products and one of them is only really new. One of them is a repurchase. We'll talk about it. That was chaotic. Okay, welcome back. Welcome in. Hello, bonjour. Don't be weird, Claire. Stop it. I purchased a new Pat McGrath Labs foundation color because I was really feeling like I was looking too orange. If you saw, or too yellow, sorry. If you saw my previous Get Ready With Me, then you know that I've been questioning it for a while because I would complete my makeup and then at the very end, I would feel like I was just too yellow. So I purchased the shade 1 this time. Previously, I was wearing shade 2 and like on camera, they look very, very similar, but in reality, they do look quite different. I have only played with it once and I mixed number 4 and number 1 half and half, but it was kind of like I was putting it on top of the foundation I already put on top, so like it was messy. So today I'm gonna do just the regular layer of half and half and see how that looks. If it ends up looking crazy, we're learning together, okay? If you didn't know, the Pat McGrath Labs foundation has to be shaken. It wants to be shaken almost daily, I would say. Very simple, 1 pump of each. And let's see how that ends up looking. I am still tan in my face, so we're still kind of fighting against this tan that I have. I say tan very loosely. Almost completely off my hands. My like finger colors are back, but the back of my hands are still like a little tan compared to my wrist. And I've had this tan basically since July 1st. It's been all summer and just trying to fight getting more dark. And the only times I've really tanned have been because I've been at a beach. And when I'm at the beach now, I wear like surfer shirts, like those UV long sleeve and like high necks. The only places that tan are my legs, my butt, obviously, hands and my face. But my torso remains really pale. So when I wear low-cut tops or like tank tops and stuff for the summer, I look so crazy. So I have to get my foundation to match like down here. It has to match down here, not my face, because my face is so much darker. See, on camera, that looks pretty good. The undertone is a lot better now, much less yellow. I'm going to just mix in a little dab of concealer, and you guys, I am so sad. I knew Rosie Huntington, whatever, the owner of Rose Inc. I knew she sold the brand, and the gossip was that the new stakeholders wanted to change formulas and she didn't really agree with the practice of like changing everything that she worked on and like communicated with the chemists or whatever. And now on Sephora Canada, everything from Rose Inc. is like 50% off. And I'm so sad because by the time I realized it, like when I ended up looking for the purchase that you're gonna see when I do my eyeshadow. When I finally realized that everything was on sale by Rose Inc., my shade was sold out completely. And like, I couldn't even search online, and I don't drive, so I'm not gonna take buses all around Toronto looking for a concealer. I've heard good things about the REFY concealer, so I'm interested in that one, but I have to almost use up this Rose Inc. one. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna find another concealer, because if you're pale, then you know how devastating this is, because if they mess with this formula or the shade, it's just so sad. I've never had favorites for complexion products. I've always just bought a new formula every single time because I've never really found something that I truly love the finish of. This concealer Really, truly, this was the first time in my makeup life, so since 2015, that I truly love a concealer. And now bad things are happening in the rose ink hemisphere. It's such a bummer. I don't know, I kind of didn't prep my skin properly because I'm going and seeing friends later this evening. It is 11:45 now. It's hot as hell outside, so humid. And I didn't do any long-lasting primers, just moisture for dry skin. So I may have to take off this makeup before I go and see them. How are we looking? It's looking good. I'm hoping that the face powders I use will add that little hint back in, because in person it does look a bit pasty and too pale. But I love this REFY powder, and it is a translucent powder, which is not translucent, right? Like, it's yellow. And I think that's why with shade 2, I was having such a hard time, because this powder was making my face yellow. But if the foundation was already too yellow, then I was just even more yellow, you know? And I'm running out of this powder, which is a disaster. I think I want to do, before the end of the year, I think I really want to do a KJC Beauty purchase, because this is a water powder, so it literally feels and is wet on the skin once it's exposed to air. And I know it's a popular Korean, Japanese type of powder. I know because I do stalk the websites, and I like constantly make pretend shopping carts. I should do a video of like what I would buy if I could afford it. And just like the cost, this is like the gentrified version, you know? So it's like, I may as well try the actual Asia version before I repurchase the like Western beauty version. They did it first, you know, and they probably do it better because they've been doing it for longer. This is my little to-go out and about makeup pouch. It was my grandmother's. It's just like a, you know, back in the day when you would buy a perfume at Shoppers and they would actually give you something worth your time. It's like one of those free little goodie bags. Powder is in here still. I was at my friend's Sangeet, and I needed a lot of makeup for touch-ups. Not that my makeup was falling off or that I even actually took out anything besides a lip liner, but you never know when you're gonna be out for like 6 hours. I'm gonna quickly do my eyebrows and have an air conditioning break. I'll be back. You've seen me do my eyebrows. It's literally like sketching. Watch my last Get Ready with me to see how I do my brows. I'm back. Okay, my eyebrows are a little crazy, but they're bold. Bold brows for the day. Let's do some contouring, because I believe I have already posted by now my swatch comparisons for this Sephora contour stick. This is so gray. It's stunning. I'm gonna put it on and then we're gonna start blending it out. And I'm feeling crazy today. So since I purchased it, I've only been applying it the way that I usually do, where I put it on the pad of my thumb and then apply it with a brush to my face. But I'm feeling crazy. I want to draw on my face and see how it behaves. We're experimenting. And it's not like Fenty Beauty, where it kind of dries down. This is such a creamy formula that I'm not worried about dry down time. If anything, I would say use caution because it's so creamy. I have a bunch of brushes that I have to wash, which means I'm always down to the ones that I don't like using. This isn't bad though. It's doing a good job. See how gray that is? Truly. It looks like the shadow behind me. It's so good. I saw not another Hannah, just another Hannah. She had purchased it and swatched it, etc. And I believe she's just a little bit yellower because she uses the Pat McGrath foundation in shade 3, which is like a very golden tone. I saw it on her and I was like, well, if that's how it looks on Hannah, it might be perfection for me. So I purchased it. It was only 19 Canadian, which is an increase in price because at the same time, the same day, I bought my favorite neutral gray brown eyebrow pencil from Sephora. We all know that that's what I love using for my inner not so hairy eyebrow parts. That eyebrow pencil went from $16 to $18. So they've done a $2 price hike over a 1-year period, which is very high for Sephora collection. So I'm sure if some of you use the Sephora collection contour, you will be surprised that it is now 19 Canadian dollars, but I think it's still well worth the money. So much so that I can't believe the contours that I used to use look so warm on me now, where it's like, I can't believe I didn't see it before. I feel like I was gaslighting myself. But I do still like them for cream bronzing, but they're not a contour. Oh, it's so good. Normally, I never ever draw on my face with any kind of stick makeup, but I really wanted to experiment. I really wanted to see, because I know some people really do apply like that because I don't like getting their hands dirty. I'm gonna go in with the Pat McGrath Labs Blush Stick Divine Rose. And since we're applying to our face already, let's just see what goes down. I really want more colors in these blush sticks since I think there were 4 new colors. I really want that brown, and I want, it's like electric pop, electric bloom or something like that, and it's like a hot 80s pink. I really want that one. Maybe for Black Friday. Recommend, if you've never bought Pat McGrath Labs before and you don't want to feel jaded, just wait for the sale closer to Christmas. Buy from the website, you'll get the best deal, and you might get some free products to try out and see if the brand is gonna be one that you like, because people are very polar. Let's go in with Hologlam. I haven't used Hologlam in a while. Add that pinky sparkle to the top. The last thing I purchased at Sephora, besides the contour and the eyebrow pencil, was the Makeup by Mario, the neutrals. And I really like it. I really do. Before, I was using the Viseart neutrals, and I was that person when this was announced of like, just buy the Viseart, but they are completely different when you see these side by side. And I have a swatching video that I think I post tomorrow, Friday. This goes up on Thursday. And I have a swatching comparison on my arms. I would say these 3 shadows on top and these 3 mid shadows, completely different. Completely different. But I still love the cream, and I love my, you can probably see in the pans, the ones that I use the most, these bottom 4 and this brown, I do love. So I still will be using my Viseart, but overall for like those mid-tones, I gotta give it to Makeup by Mario. And this is my first Makeup by Mario palette. I only have the Master Metals one that you can like mix and it's like super shiny, but I don't really count that because it's like a specialty palette and I don't pull it out that often, but this is the first palette I have for mattes. So I'm still trying to get used to the formula and pigmentation level. I don't know much about the brand's history with eyeshadow palettes, but this color story got me, which is fueling my urge to dive into K-beauty, because there's a Rome and palette that's cooler than this, obviously, because this is supposed to be like a cool neutral. And I want that one now. I want that one now. And the other thing that I love about Makeup by Mario is this extremely matte finish mirror protector, because when you hold it up to camera, it doesn't reflect what's around you. So smart. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna go into makeup. I'm just going to do a wash of this kind of like olivey gray. It's a very powdery formula, I find, so I'm still trying to figure it out. I am then going to go in with this shade and just deepen the sides. And again, I have so many, they're right in front of me. I have so many brushes to watch. I'm using what I got for eyeshadow brushes right now. So it's not gonna be the most complicated eyeshadow I've ever done. Let's just try to build some kind of outer shape here with the same shade. I haven't told YouTube yet, but my lighting right now, I know it's atrocious. I only have panel lights, my like Neewer Amazon panel lighting. My key light battery broke and it won't hold the charge anymore. So I have shipped it back to the manufacturer to see if it qualifies for a replacement. So we were kind of just stuck with bad lighting until I get the word on that. Also been an issue for my castings having such bad lighting. Literally, there's nothing I could do about it. It just wouldn't charge. That's pretty, right? Very pretty, very simple. I'm gonna go in with this slate color. They're all numbered. I don't have time to memorize what these numbers are. I'm gonna get this kind of like thin but fluffy wide brush, get some of that slate on there, and see if I can wiggle it into the crease. I'm just gonna take some more of that original color and kind of see if I can tone down the blue that got on my lid. For the under eye, I'm gonna go in with that dark brown we used. Well, gray brown, I guess. It's not the darkest brown in the palette. Pretty, pretty. I'm going to take this icy blue from the Viseart Koi palette and put it on my inner corners. With the Pat McGrath Labs Subliminal palette, we're gonna use the specialty shade to add more sparkle and layer up that blue dimension. I'm just gonna go in with the black eyeshadow to do my liner so I can keep it kind of on the ethereal side. Just defining the inner corner ever so slightly. And I'm not gonna connect it. It just helps keep it more rounded for my eye shape. Now curl eyelashes and put on mascara. Lancôme Defincils. I don't really feel like anything particularly chunky. For lips today, I'm just gonna do Stone, KKW by Charlotte Tilbury on my palette. Mix in just a slight trace of my actual concealer that's still on my palette, just to make it a little less pink. And there we have it. This is me all done, I think, pretty much. I don't feel like I want to wear a gloss because my eyes are so intense. They're simple, but they're intense today. Try to remember to put everything I used in the description box down below. Yeah, I think it came out super cute. It's very dramatic here up because of the Hologlam on my cheeks. You can see she has like a purple flip to the cheeks. And then I have the blue on the eyes. Very cute. I don't know if I have to take this off when I go see my friends later on. I really hope I don't because I love how I look, but I did not prepare myself for non-air conditioning conditions. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like or comment or both. Subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.